Hi, everybody. Oh, let me start the video. Hi, everybody. Gosh, it's been a few weeks since we've had these weekly webinars, and I'm glad to be back. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, wonderful Christmas, and a fantastic start to 2016. So, yay, super excited to be talking to you again. So yeah, from now on, we'll have the weekly webinars again on Thursdays between 1 and 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And like always, I'm trying to get you information that you may not have at your disposal without me. So today you'll get me as your presenter, and then next week I'll have different presenters for you again. So today's webinar is all about the people problems that you may be having in your clinic and how to manage them. And I'm going to go to a slide presentation. So let me see. I remember last year I had a lot of technical problems, so hopefully it's going to work better this year. There we go. All right, so you should be seeing my slide on your screen. If you cannot, or even if you can, if you just type something in the message box, the chat box on the right-hand side, just let me know that you can see the slide. That would be great. So here's a quick overview of today's webinar. And I apologize if I'm going to go over the 30-minute time slot, but there's a lot that I want to share with you, and just kind of be open to whatever sticks. So in today's webinar, I'm going to explain to you why the people you hired may not have turned out to be the way you expected them to. I'll teach you about the personalities in a quick and simple 3-step process. I'll point out personality and job mismatches. You decide then if they hold true for your clinic. And then I'll give you some strategies for fixing what may be wrong in your clinic. And then I'll review everything, and then I'll give you a few opportunities to learn about managing your people problems after today. So let's see if my slides are working. This is the problem that I had last time. My slides wouldn't advance. This was not good. Okay, here we go. So here's what you don't want. Playful fighting. Someone says something mean to someone else and then follows it with, oh, I didn't mean it. Finger pointing, aggressiveness, bullying, or ganging up on one person. Obviously, you don't want the physical cat fights, but with that comes the emotional frustration. You don't want that. You don't want that emotional frustration where you just want to bash someone's head into the wall. That's not what it's all about. So let's talk about your team for a minute. And I'm sorry that my slides are not advancing as fast as I would like them to. You should be seeing another slide. There we go. So your team is amazing, right? That's a big part of why you love what you do. And when they are amazing, they are fun, engaged, motivated, respectful, self-starters, great communicators. They're empathetic. They're always on time. They're encouraging to others, and they're consistent in their performance. But then there are those days when they're not like that at all. When I'm waiting for my slide to advance, I'm sorry. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Yeah. one of these days I'll figure out my technical problems. I thought I had it all figured out. So there are those days when your dream team turns into lazy, crazy, out of control, too timid, too bossy, too sassy, too stutty, when they walk past problems, or when they walk over people, or when they walk on feelings, or when they don't walk at all and they don't even show up for work. That's what you don't want. So what happened? When did the problems start? And I hope you don't think that your dream team just wakes up in the morning and plans to sabotage your day. This change in attitude didn't just happen overnight. It's like that tumor that doesn't just appear one day, large and festering. It happens slowly. But maybe you didn't pick up on it. Maybe you didn't notice the subtleties. Maybe words or actions went unnoticed. Maybe personality needs or wants were not met. Maybe fears were not acknowledged. So let's go back to the beginning, when you hired your perfect team. And here's a quick aside. Everything I'm teaching you today about your team holds true for any connection that you have or any relationships you're nurturing in your life, from spouse to kids, from boss to coworkers, from neighbor to friends. It all fits together. But back to your dream team. So in the beginning, when you hired your people, you placed an ad, you read a gazillion resumes, you gave tons of interviews, you looked at qualifications, you looked at the person themselves, what they can and cannot do, what they've done in the past. You liked the person, great personality, and you hired the perfect candidate for the job. And life was good for a while. But then what happens to personalities when their needs are not met and their fears are not acknowledged? Think about that. What happens to you when your needs are not met? When your fears aren't acknowledged? Think about that. You get that internal chaos resulting in external conflict. So, it's the same with animals, it's the same with people, it's the same with your team. They turn crazy, lazy, bossy, and you get those unexpected ankle biters, I call them, the ones that hit you when you least expect it. So what went wrong? To understand people's needs, wants, and fears, you have to understand personalities first. And my slides just disappeared again. So when you look at personalities, here's a 3 simple step for personality profiling. You look at extroverts versus introverts. The step 2 is you look at, is the person left-brained or right-brained? Step 3, you visualize a table and a place on that table, I call them the 4 quadrants, where you can place that person. So let's talk about step number 1. There's a lot of talk lately about extroverts and introverts that you probably already know the difference. But to summarize, an extrovert is outgoing and talkative, while an introvert is quiet and reflective. An extrovert recharges by being in a crowd of people, by being interrupted by noise, by music, by people talking, while an introvert likes to be alone and recharge in a quiet atmosphere. And by the way, introversion is not the same as shyness. It actually has nothing to do with shyness. Shyness, or being shy, is a form of insecurity, of apprehension and fear of being approached by people. So a shy person actually craves being with people, but he or she is afraid of being approached. An introvert just likes being alone, period. So step one is decide if the person you're thinking about or dealing with is an introvert or an extrovert. Actually think about yourself. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Step number two, is the person left-brained or right-brained? A left-brained person is analytical and logical and linear in his or her thinking. They will tell you facts. They're very methodical and think in terms of bullet points. Is that you? Is that somebody that you're thinking of? If you ask them to give you a write-up, they will hand you a graph or data or bullet point observations. On the other hand, a right-brained person is more creative and emotional and intuitive. They will talk about their feelings. They might come into your office crying or emotional. They will write a book about their feelings. Their presentations will be colorful and creative. They will bake you a cake for your birthday. On the other hand, a left-brain person would give you a gift card. So step two is decide if the person you're thinking about or dealing with is left-brained or right-brained. This is actually step three. Visualizing a table like this with 4 quadrants. So the upper half is for extroverts, the lower half for introverts. The left side is for left-brained personalities, the right side is for right-brained people. So again, upper extroverts, they're always up, 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 and go, go, go. Lower introverts, they're calm. Left, factual, you have that F in the left. Left, factual. Right, creative. You have right and creative. I'm hoping that'll give you one way of remembering it. So the right-brained extroverts, if you look in the quadrant on the right upper corner, right-brained extroverts are energetic, fast-acting, emotional, reactive. Right-brained introverts on the right lower quadrant are quiet and calm. They are creative, emotional, and reacting. Not so much reactive. There's a little bit of a difference. Left-brained introverts are quiet and laid back. They are analytical, methodical, and they are the thinkers, the researchers. Left-brained extroverts, left upper corner, are energetic, fast-acting, logical, factual, and also analytical, but in an extroverted way. So let's give some generalized labels to each quadrant. Let's just say, for simplicity, that right-brained extroverts, those right upper quadrant people, are fun seekers. The right-brained introverts, right lower quadrant, are comfort seekers. The left-brained introverts are fact finders, and the left-brained extroverts, left upper corner, are decision makers. I'm going to just linger here for a second. So kind of figure out who you are in this. Just maybe right at this moment or in general. Obviously, in different situations, we kind of bounce around this quadrant, but we're generally more in one quadrant than another. So to give you a little bit of a visual for that, think about this. The right-brained extrovert, right upper corner, is a fun seeker, a clown, that person that's going to make everybody in the clinic laugh. The right-brained introvert, right lower quadrant, is a comfort giver. The left-brained introvert, left lower quadrant, is a fact finder. Those are the ones that always want to do the lab work or the IT part of your clinic. The left-brained extroverts are the decision makers. They can make decisions, boom, 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 all day long. So if you were to place your team members in personality-appropriate job positions, this is what it would look like. The receptionist would be the friendly, outgoing, fun one. The veterinary assistant or kennel attendant would be the nurturing, comforting, patient personality. The bookkeeper or office manager would be the left-brained introvert, very accurate, cautious, factual. The clinic owner or the manager would be the left-brained extrovert, very results-oriented, direct, and maybe even competitive. So I'm just going to linger here for a second, give you some time to think about that. So when you think about yourself, which quadrant you fall into, and the people on your team, you should start to get an idea of who's what. Not so much are they in the right job position, but which personalities do you work with or for? Here's a question. Which quadrant do doctors belong in? Where should they be? Where are they in your practice? And I'm just going to let you ponder that question on your own. So what if you matched a personality with the wrong job? And maybe you might be matched with the wrong job. What if the life of the party, the fun seeker, was now the bookkeeper? How would that look? What if the sincere, patient, and modest comfort giver was now the owner or manager in charge? What if the task-oriented, accurate, and contemplative fact finder was now a kennel attendant in charge of animal care? What if the competitive, results-oriented, direct, general type action taker was now the receptionist? Do you see how that would be a personality job mismatch? Knowing what you know now, do you think your employees are working in personality appropriate positions? What if some of your team members are in personality inappropriate job positions? What could you do, or what could they do to feel more at ease in their job? So here are 4 simple strategies. For the right-brained extrovert, you know, that fun seeker, if you have somebody in the receptionist position who's a fun seeker, then of course you would try to make that fun, somehow make it fun. Maybe that means, okay, I'm going way out on a limb here, but maybe that means bringing in a handful of balloons for them to stick on a reception on the front desk. A right-brained introvert, they need emotional safety. So if you have a right-brained introvert working in a inappropriate job position for their personality, somehow make it emotionally safe for them. The left-brained introverts, give them time to adjust to change. Back your request whenever you make one with facts. And here's a little something. Your left-brained introverts, those factual introverts, they are actually motivated by food. Lunch meetings, box of chocolates, gift baskets. That's just something to tuck away. Left-brain extroverts, give them plenty of praise and recognition. So for example, if you hired a right-brained extrovert to do your books, first of all, pray that they will be accurate, but you know that you need them to be factual and meticulous, but also realize that for them to be happy and perform at their best, that job needs to be fun for them. So ask them for input on how to make it more fun. You actually can ask a right-brained extrovert, just come right out and say, hey, how can I make this job better for you? You know, what can we do to make it more fun? And they'll come back with solutions, with answers for you. If you hired a right-brained introvert, for instance, to be your practice manager, or if you are a right-brained introvert and you are a practice manager, you know that you need to be direct and results-oriented, but you also realize that you need emotional safety and support. So who's your support system? And what do you need to feel emotionally safe? Think about that. If you hired a left-brained introvert to be your kennel attendant, make sure they know that you need them to be comforting and nurturing to the animals. But in order for them to perform at their best, ask them for a plan or a proposal on how to devise a better nurturing kennel in your clinic. Does that make sense? So you ask, even though they're a kennel attendant and they should be nurturing, but they are a left-brain introvert and they are by nature factual, ask them to make a plan, a factual proposal for you on how to make things better. If you hired a left-brain extrovert to be your receptionist, just pray that you won't lose too many clients because they can be overwhelming. And make sure that that person knows to be upbeat and outgoing for this job, and offer them a challenge to improve their friendliness at the counter. So make sure that any effort is rewarded with tons of praise and public recognition if they are a left-brained extrovert. So public recognition, praise in public, that means a ton to them. They will really flourish if you can do that. So again, for the right-brained extrovert, it needs to be fun. Whatever that means for them, and they'll tell you, it's got to be fun. For the right-brained introvert, it needs to be emotionally safe, and they need a support system. For the left-brained introvert, they need to show that they can be very factual, that you allow them to be factual and analytical. And so anytime that you can ask for a plan, a proposal, a bullet point summary, anything like that, they will shine and they will really love doing that. The left-brained extrovert, they need recognition. It's kind of like that general, they are standing on a hill. They want to be praised for whatever they do. Okay, so let's review the major concepts. 1, identify the basic personality. So know if you're dealing with an extrovert versus an introvert. Are you dealing with left-brained, meaning analytical and logical, or are you dealing with right-brained, creative and emotional? And so by now, you should kind of know who you are, where you fit into this scheme. Then identify the personality quadrant. Identify which personality you're dealing with right now in this moment. And in my masterclass, Personalities Explored and Explained, I talk about everybody fitting into several different personality quadrants throughout the day, depending on who you interact with, the situation that arises, the emotions that you're feeling. But all of that is more advanced. That's in the masterclass. For right now, just put the person and yourself in a personality quadrant as you see them right then in the moment. And of course, like I've been telling you this whole time, the best person to practice on is yourself. Where do you fall right now as you're listening to this webinar? What about tonight at home with your family around you, your kids racing around you, your husband telling you about his job, his day, with your wife telling you how things went today? Or where do you fall, which quadrant do you fall in when you're driving in traffic and there's a traffic jam and you're frustrated? What about when you're confronted by an angry client? Or what about when you get frustrated with your team members? Where do you fall into the quadrants, into the table? Then fix the problem. Fix the problem by identifying personality job mismatches. If you have a team member that's in the wrong job because of the personality that they have, move them. I call it musical chairs. Put them in a different position, different job position, and see what happens. Know your personality strategies. Right-brained extroverts, those right upper quadrant people, whatever their job is, just as long as you know what personality they are, make it fun for them. Right-brained introverts, make it emotionally safe for them. Left-brained introverts, you know, those research-oriented people, give them facts or ask them for facts and allow them time to adjust for change. That's really, really huge. Just because they're introverts, they need time. Same with the right-brained introverts, they need time. And again, that little nugget that I gave you earlier, motivate them with food, lunches, dinners, cupcakes, etc. The left-brained extroverts, find success incentives that will put the person in power so that they feel empowered by you. Do whatever you can to make them feel empowered. Also show public recognition to them. So what's next after this? I mean, this was a quick 30-minute, not quite 30-minute webinar for you. I kind of flew through it all. So you want to apply what you've learned today without you actually using it. It's going in one ear and out the other. So start seeing yourself and the other people on your team as different personality types. Start placing yourself and the people you interact with, even outside of your clinic, into one of the 4 quadrants. And I understand everybody's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but you'll be amazed if you follow the 3-step process of what you'll come up with. You're assessing a person's personality at this particular moment in time whenever you do the assessment. And that's what makes it so valuable, because it's the real-time knowledge that you have now about the personalities. And then personality strategies are so important. Assess the real-time personality and then apply the 4 simple strategies: the fun, the emotional safety, the factual time, allow them to have time strategy, and the food. And then the praise and recognition for the left-brained extrovert. And then once you do that, you kind of see a whole new world unfold in front of you. And once you're comfortable with identifying personalities, then assess your clinic's personality appropriate job positions or the mismatch thereof. And you can learn or understand, you can never ever learn or understand too much about your team's personalities or your own personalities. So for those who want to dig a little bit deeper, I actually do have a 4-week masterclass that's coming up. It's called Personalities Explored and Explained. So just keep watching here if you have to go. I know I'm going to be running a few minutes over. The other option that you could do is you can set up a free strategy session with me to explore the frustrations and challenges that you have within your clinic. If you want to do that, just send me an email. You should have my email address by now, but it's hjung@dblcoaching.com. And of course, option number 3 is do nothing and continue where you are right now. So if you want to join me in my 4-week masterclass, you can do so. This is what we're going to be talking about. I'll teach you about personality types. You'll learn about innate characteristics. You'll learn more about personality-specific conflict strategies, what to do with different personalities when things don't work out so great. You'll overall turn your frustrations into fascinations. You'll improve communication with different personality types, including your boss or those people that you don't get along with so well right now. You become more assertive without being aggressive. Hopefully that whole package will increase your work satisfaction. You'll increase your profitability. And most of all, and now you can tell that I'm a right-brained introvert because this is really important to me, it'll increase your emotional safety at work and at home. So what does it entail? The 4-week masterclass, Personalities Explored and Explained, starts January 27th. It goes until March 7th, February 7th. That should be 4 weeks. It's every Wednesday from 1 until 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Each class is 60 minutes long. It's live. It's an interactive training session with a Q&A session afterwards. It's supported with handouts, and each class session is recorded. So if you can't make it that day, you can listen to the recording. Of course, if you can make it, you can ask the questions and get the answers. There's also going to be a private Facebook group for you, so you can interact with others in the class. You also get your personal 17-page personality assessment report. That alone is worth $50. It comes with the class, and you get a 60-minute laser coaching session with me. That's worth $247. So all in all, the class actually cost you $497, but I have discounted it to $297 per person. But so here's a huge opportunity, because I don't want you to take this class by yourself. I want everybody in your clinic to be team players. So if you can get more than one person from your clinic to register, it's only $97 per person. That's a saving of $200 per person. So that's you, and just grab one other person from your clinic, and it's only $97. That's less than if you were doing this by yourself. If you can sign up everybody in your clinic, oh my gosh, how huge would that be? Actually, if you can sign up everybody in your clinic, I'll give you, and it's over 5 people, I'll give you another discount. So again, it starts Wednesday, January 27th, from 1 until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me see if I can put this offer in your chat box so that you can sign up for it right now. If you want to, this is just if you want to register as one person. If you want to register for several people in your clinic and you want to get that discount of $97 per person, let me know. Send me an email and I will get you a coupon code. So let me go to the chat box, see if you have any questions. If you do, write your message in the chat box and let me see if I can answer them for you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I only ran 3 minutes over. I apologize if I flew through the slides. There was so much information in there today. I hope you got something out of them. I do hope to see you in the class. Don't feel pressured that you have to sign up for it right now. During this webinar, you have plenty of time. You have until the day before, well, actually you have until that Monday, the 25th to sign up. I'm not sure that I will hold the $97 per person opportunity until that time. I think I'm just going to be offering that until next week. So if you're at all interested, shoot me an email and let's connect. Okay, I am over my time limit by a few minutes. Let me just see if I can get, yay. Thanks for sticking with me. Let me just make sure you don't have any questions. I don't see any questions from you. So thanks for attending. There'll be the replay, the recording that you can see. I'd love to have you in my class. Absolutely. I would love for you and somebody else from your clinic to be in my class so that you have somebody besides you who's taking it, because I think the support group is really, really valuable for you. So let me know what you think. And I'll see you again next week, next Thursday between 1 and 1:30 with a presenter. I'll talk to you then. Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.